Hey everyone, Michelle Alexandria here, coming at you with I don't know what to call this thing, maybe a vlog. Yes, this would be my very first vlog ever. So I have no idea I know what I want to talk about today. It's Comic-Con, but first of all, I'm dressing like a bum today because I'm just feeling in a bummy mood right now. I'm actually in a pretty good mood, but I feel like dressing like a bum. Can I just have days where I dress like a bum? I dress like a bum every day except when I'm at work. So anyway, today what I want to talk to you about is Comic-Con. Comic-Con is coming in about 3 weeks, July 22nd to be exact, through the 29th or something like that. Because normally when I go to Comic-Con, I have a tendency to leave on a Sunday or Monday. When I travel out west or cross country, I like to stay the entire week. I don't like to go for like just 2 or 3 days and come back. I make it a week-long affair because that's how I roll. However, unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to Comic-Con this year for the first time in I think 9 years. That I'm not making this sojourn out west. And the reason why is twofold. I've been sitting on the fence as to whether or not I want to go to Comic-Con this year. It's essentially the same reason why I didn't go to CinemaCon this year. I'm going to jump back on the convention circuit next year, and I'll do CES for the first time in 7 years. I'll do CinemaCon again, and I'll do Comic-Con. But I'd like to add another con or another convention to that, like maybe one of the TV conventions or Tribeca TV, which I think is in the fall, and I may do Tribeca TV. It's too late for me to do New York Comic-Con because I didn't put in my credentials for that, And putting in credentials for New York Comic-Con now is such a weird thing. For 15 years, this show has automatically sent me badges. I didn't even have to fill anything out. I was just in their database because I used to come down, catch a train up to New York and go cover the show. But now it's gotten really weird since management changed, and their process is so weird, and I haven't been able to figure it out. So I don't have credentials for New York Comic Con this year, and I didn't have them last year, which is why I didn't go. And normally, if I go to Comic Con, I don't need to go to New York Comic Con because it's going to be the same people at both shows anyway. So that's why I want to try Tribeca. It's new, it's interesting. I think it would be kind of fun to do something a little different. So that's why I'm leaning towards doing Tribeca TV in the fall, because I think that would be kind of interesting, kind of cool. So the reason why I'm not doing New York, San Diego Comic-Con this year is I weighed the pros and cons, and all the shows that I normally deal with have actually ended their runs. And so this year is going to be all new stuff, which is always interesting, just discovering a show that's just starting out. But it's also going to be the same usual suspects. Like, I would get invited to cover every Warner Brothers TV stuff. I'll probably get invited to do all the new DC TV stuff. So like Teen Titans, I'll definitely get an invite to. I would definitely get an invite to The Flash and the Berlantiverse. I would definitely get an invite to the Swamp Thing, Blind Spot, Gotham again, and all that stuff. So I kind of have WB on lock. But those people will not invite me to their party. I've never been invited to the WB party, and the WB party is the party I've always wanted to go to because I actually watch all their stuff, and I know that cast. I talk to them every year at Comic-Con. I talk to them on the phone. So I know them actually fairly well. They never remember me, although the cast of Gotham and the folks from the 100 always remember me, especially since I did some of their earliest interviews. So they always remember me and appreciate me, even though I've gone on a tear against the 100 in the last few years. Jonathan Rothman loves me because I am honest, but I've never gotten a set visit. I'm still trying to get a set visit and a one-on-one with J. Roth. So I'm still hoping to get that at some point, to get a nice 40-minute one-on-one with him so I can go into deep detail on the 100, a show that I love to hate. But this season is actually really darn good. I'm really enjoying the 100 season 5. And it's better. I just wish the last 2 seasons didn't happen. If the last 2 seasons didn't happen, season 5 would be so much better. Never forget, I always say it. So anyway, I have my hotel. I just canceled my hotel at San Diego Comic-Con yesterday, and I'm feeling a little sad. It feels like the end of an era, but I'll come back. I'll make a triumphant return next year. And I actually totally forgot about Hotel Apocalypse this year because I had already booked my dream hotel. Like last August, I booked a hotel at a place called The Nest. I can tell you now because, hey, I'm not going, so you don't have to stop me. But I booked a hotel at a place called The Nest, which is right across the street or a couple of blocks away from the convention. But the problem is I just couldn't justify spending $3,000 on this show. I mean, normally I always spend between $300 and $3,500 to go. And this year my hotel alone was $2,400. And then the airfare was still going for like $700, even up until like a few months ago, and it's going up. So it's not really about the money, it's just a question of whether or not it's worth it. And then things are a little iffy on the job front, so I may end up changing jobs in the next month. And then I'm going to have to accrue all new vacation time. So between all of that, I just didn't know if I really wanted to spend the money and if it was worth spending the money because I've done it so often. I've done it every year for the last 9 years. And it's a little stale to do the same thing every 9 years, even though San Diego Comic-Con is still really fun. The stories I can tell. But I do interview the same cast and crew of the same 30 or 40 shows every single year. And no, I never get and always get screwed by the same people. So I would never get The Walking Dead, and I would never get Game of Thrones. So there's that as well. I would never get those 2 shows, no matter how many. Even though I have a great relationship with HBO and I have a great relationship with A&E and AMC, I never get those 2 shows for some reason. So that's neither here nor there because I don't really watch The Walking Dead. But just on principle, I would like to be invited to one of those press rooms. And I feel like Comic-Con is mocking me because for the first time ever, I actually know what my schedule will be because over the last couple of weeks, I've been getting flooded with press room invites. And normally that happens like a week or 2 before the show, which is irritating when you're covering a convention because you don't know whether or not you want to lay out that kind of money in advance because you have no idea what your interview opportunities are going to be or what your party opportunities are going to be until like a week or 2 prior to you take off, literally. And you're basically making that huge investment on a leap of faith that I know I'm going to get something, and I can pretty much guess what it's all going to be, but you're still taking a grand leap of faith. This time, not so this year, because everyone's been emailing me. It started like 3 weeks ago. So I know Netflix is going to be doing a bunch of stuff at Comic-Con this year. They've been inviting me to stuff that I can't go to. And I would like to go to the Netflix party. I haven't seen any information on that, but I know there's going to be a Netflix party. Amazon's been inviting me to a bunch of stuff, and I know Amazon is going to have a party, but no news. I haven't been invited to any Amazon parties. I know Facebook is, surprisingly enough, is going to be doing some stuff because they're starting up new programming, so they're going to be doing stuff. What I'm curious about is if Apple's going to be doing anything. And actually, my former friend from WGN now runs Apple's PR for their TV things. So I need to reach out to her because I need to get on the Apple bandwagon and get some free Apple stuff. So yeah, so I know I will be getting all of that stuff. Sci-Fi Channel sent over their press room list of everything they're going to be doing, and that's going to be really fun. Really, Sci-Fi Channel is always awesome. Although they did send my Harry Potter kit to my old address. I keep telling them, send it to the new address, so I may get screwed out of my Harry Potter press kit. And then I hear it's awesome because it actually includes a wand, a Harry Potter wand. Because, as you know, Harry Potter is debuting on the Sci-Fi Channel July 13th. So they're sending out their press kits to everyone, and I hear it's a really awesome press kit. All my friends are telling me they got theirs, but I didn't get mine. so I'm a little upset about that. But anyway, I do want to talk about this. And to add insult to injury, I got my Comic-Con press badge early, so here it is. I love the Comic-Con press box, so check it out. Boom, 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 boom. Actually, is this going to be a feeble unboxing? No. So actually, here it is. I love Comic-Con's press box because this is something they started doing about 2 years ago. Actually, where they sent their press badges in this nice little themed box. So here it is. You can see it like that. And you see, this is the thing Amazon's going to be promoting heavily at Comic-Con. They're going to be promoting Tom Clancy's Jack Ryan show. And on the badge, once again, you get the Walking Dead. See, you get the Walking Dead on your badge. And then back here, you get your little press thing. And unfortunately, this year, they only allowed me to bring one press person as part of EM's staff this year. So obviously that's me, and I'm not going, so I'm not sure what kind of coverage we're going to be able to get because Laura and Tiffany won't be able to go because I put them on the Eclipse. But don't worry, I will still bring you plenty of coverage from Comic-Con. I just won't be there. And I actually may do some Comic-Con retrospectives over the next couple of weeks leading up to it, like some old interviews that were really fun, maybe tell you some stories, spin some yarns from previous Comic-Con party embarrassment stories, and all that kind of fun stuff. So I am going to be covering Comic-Con leading up to the show, and probably during the weekend after the show, I'll talk a little bit about stuff. But the problem with Comic-Con and talking to TV people is, unlike movie people, TV people will never tell you anything about their show. Really, and when Comic-Con is around, the reason why doing interviews with TV people is so difficult is the new seasons haven't filmed yet, and I really don't want to talk about the season that just finished because they've answered those questions a million times by now, and I really have no interest in talking about something that ended months ago. So I really want to talk about the new stuff, and they're not going to spoil it, and they're not going to give you anything, which is why it's such a hard time. And the other problem with Comic-Con press rooms is you get so excited that you're going to get to talk to some people, and then the press rooms are so chaotic that by the time they come to your table, you literally only have like a minute or 2 minutes if you're lucky to talk to someone and get in a quick question too. So my questions are always going to be something a little off kilter, a little different than talking strictly about the TV show, because I know they're not going to answer any questions about that. So you got to think fast on your feet and be ready to go. That's why when you watch my interviews, they're always so different and so kind of unique, especially the questions I ask. Because a lot of times you only have a chance to ask two questions, and it's really frustrating because you get excited, you have your carefully planned schedule, and then one missed press run kind of blows everything up, blows your schedule out of the water, and then you gotta just kind of scramble. And then you find out, a show that you weren't invited to is in the room next to you, so you just kind of talk your way in, which I do sometimes. I don't like doing that because I'm like, either invite me to something or don't. I'm not going to waste my time trying to talk my way into something or beg for something. But, if it's right next door, then I'm like, you know me, let me in, and normally they do. It's as simple as that. But it's kind of weird the way it works out because they always overbook the press room, then a bunch of people don't show up. And then when they see you there, they know who I am, and I'm like, hey, I'm going to go to this press room. And it's like, yeah. And that's even after they turned you down a few weeks before. And you're like, oh, that's BS. So anyway, there's a whole give and take and game to all of this stuff. But this is my first vlog, and I may do some, if you're interested in more behind the scenes stuff about what it's like to actually be press at one of these things, or what it's like to be like accredited media in general, let me know. I may do some more vlogs, kind of like bursting some bubbles, spoiling some behind the scenes stuff, or what it's like to actually be kind of a working journalist who actually deals with these people on a weekly, monthly basis. And when you get access to a lot of things at these conventions, I can really burst some bubbles for you and spoil some things and talk to you about what it's really like to be there without all the hyperbole and all that kind of stuff. I will rip the scab off, if you will. So if you're interested in more of these type of just kind of behind the scenes vlogs, let me know. I normally don't take requests because I don't want you all to ever think I'm going to do what you suggest or say, because it's my channel. But yeah, if you're interested in it, I may do more of these, and I may try to do a weekly vlog where I just talk about, do some random reviews and talk about some of the screeners and things that I watched that week and all that kind of stuff. We're not doing a full, official, drawn out, slickified review, because the problem is, every time I try to do something like that on YouTube, YouTube blocks my videos for copyright, and that's why I don't do reviews on YouTube, just because it's ridiculous, the copyright strikes. And I once got a copyright strike when I interviewed someone from a show. I think it was from maybe Outlander. No, it was for Black Flag. I interviewed the cast of Black Flag, and instead of using video clips, I used images. I used like 20 minutes of images over the interviews I did. I'm sure some of you may remember those interviews, those phone interviews that I posted. That got flagged for copyright, and that was kind of like my last straw. I was really irritated by that, because all it was 10 screenshots from press material they gave me, strung together with the little music in the background and me talking to the cast, and that got flagged. Talk to you guys later. Bye.